idea of improvisation at Dupont Circle. He soloed from the soul of the circle. His solo didn't sound like a fountain, like languid water randomly rippling in the April wind, reflecting the sky. And yet, his reflective blues seemed to splash like a free jazz, a music not solely ours, although we alone understood its cause. The white fountain was not a metaphor, nor his dark solo simply a symbol. His song and the water were not tied by chords, even if what he played was what he heard, since what he played was also played by a bird. Perhaps his tarnished horn was spurred by splashing water and whipping wind, but it was him and not the fountain we heard. If it was simply the blue sound of the fountain that stirred or stilled the green bills in this case, if only a ripple of overhead clouds that rumbled darkly, no matter how deep, would it not have been still water? Just dark murmurs and mutters of water rippling from the deep center of the circle. But it was deeper than that, darker even than our low voices or splashing shadows or circling blackbirds' wings on the wind. Yet he wasn't the sole arranger of the song. The white marble fountain ringed with blackbirds, not just spouting water where he came to play. What chords are these? What key, we thought to ask, thinking to unravel its natural roots, though in unraveling found only we could not. His song made the sky darkest at its native, caused to the quarter note its deepening light. And as he blew, what was deep and moving in the fountain became the soul that was his song. He was the sole controller of what song he blew, though not the solo controller of its blue soul. And when we heard him, we knew why the blues would be eternal for him, why these chords were the changes he chose, and choosing unchained. Charlie Parker, tell me, now that you've flown free, why, when the song ended and we opened our eyes, tell me why the traffic lights, the street lights, the blinking signs and the still open stores, as night descended like an acoustic bass line, danced in the fountain, igniting its ripples, mimicking the night sky with freestyle stars, composing novas and new constellations, jazzing, swinging, syncopating heaven. Oh, righteous rage of improvisation, blackbird. The soloist rage to free notes of the fountain, dark notes of the soul source, deeply scarred, and of ourselves and of our ancestors in more harmonic measures, melodic sounds. Tell me now that you've flown free. Why, when the song ended and we opened our eyes, tell me why the traffic lights, the street lights, the blinking signs and the still open stores as night descended like an acoustic bass line. Why did they dance in the fountain, igniting its ripples, mimicking the night sky with freestyle stars, composing novas and new constellations, jazzing, swinging, syncopating heaven. Oh, righteous rage of improvisation, blackbird. The soloist rage, the free notes of the fountain, dark notes of the soul source, deeply scarred, and of ourselves and of our ancestors in more harmonic measures, melodic sound.